Hello everyone, warm welcome to Regulatory Bodies YouTube channel by Testbook. I welcome you all in the next session for Finance Current Affairs where we will be covering the news from 27 to 29th of August 2025. आज का सेशन काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है या मैं कहूँ कि आज का दिन आप सबके लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि लास्ट इवनिंग अगर हम कल शाम की बात करें तो आरबीआई ने इशू किया है नोटिस फॉर द टेंडर जिसके जरिए आरबीआई पब्लिश करेगा न्यूज़पेपर में रिगार्डिंग दी RBI Grade B नोटिफिकेशन डिटेल्स। तो एक शॉर्ट नोटिस आता है एग्जामिनेशन से पहले और वो जो शॉर्ट नोटिस है उसके लिए टेंडर की रिक्वेस्ट RBI has already raised, which means RBI Grade B notification is going to be out pretty very soon. So 8th of September we can expect the notification or short notification in the newspapers, and then on 15th of September approximately or by 15th of September you can receive the complete RBI Grade B notification on the website itself. तो जो लोग ये वेट कर रहे थे कि पता नहीं नोटिफिकेशन आएगा या नहीं आएगा, should I prepare for this examination or not, तो guys finally the wait is over because the notification has been announced और अब आपके पास even हमारे पास अब समय नहीं बचा कि अब हम ये सोचें that whether we should prepare for this exam or not. So hit the paddle with full throttle guys if you want to clear this examination, and the same will be done by the Testbook team as well. Today at 7 p.m. me along with your favorite Manish sir, we will be coming live where we will be answering all your doubts, all your questions regarding the current scenario. कि जब भी कभी नोटिफिकेशन का अपडेट आता पहले तो हम हमेशा कहते रहते हैं नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आ रहा, नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आ रहा, नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आ रहा, and the moment notification comes, it comes up with an anxiety. And in order to help you guys how you can overcome your anxiety, your issues right now, and what strategy you must follow in order to clear your examination, we will be coming live today at 7 p.m. So don't forget to join that particular session, and let's get started without any further delay. If you want to download the PDF of my session, that will be available on my Telegram channel. The handle is @Madhav. Let's try to solve few questions from the news which we have covered in the previous session. The first question is now on your screen. Which of the following are the part of end-to-end rule of sole transaction advisor? As we all know that Government of India has appointed Goldman as the advice, or I would say as the sole advisor, where Government of India is planning to disinvest approximately 5% shares in each of the 4 public sector banks. So regarding that particular news, the question has been framed. First statement, structuring the route, deciding offer for sale, qualified institution placement or follow on public offering, as well as trench planning, that is true. Valuation exercise including preparing equity stories, peer comparison, as well as other n number of data oriented comparisons, that is true. Book building, deciding floor price methodology, that is true. Ensuring compliance with SEBI offer for sale norms, coordination with exchanges, approval from DIPM, DFS, that is true. Monitoring monetary policy changes and setting the repo rates on the behalf of RBI, not at all. So C, your fifth option is wrong. So answer is going to be A option. Got it? Moving on to the next one. With reference to the New Development Bank of India, consider the following statements. It was established back in 2014 by BRICS countries. Is it true? Give me yes or no. Its headquarters is in Beijing, China. If I'm not wrong, guys, its headquarters is in Shanghai, China. Please check it out. India is one of the founding members. That is true. The bank primarily funds infrastructure and sustainable development projects. That is true. The current appointment of Dr. Rajiv Ranjan strengthen India's representation in the institution. That is obviously true. So answer to this particular question is again A option. Second statement is wrong because the headquarters is in Shanghai, China, not in Beijing. Moving on to the last question from the previous session based news. As of June 2025, Government of India holds approximately 45% and LIC holds approximately 95% in IDBI. That is true. Together, Government of India and LIC, they are planning to disinvest 60% stake through a strategic sale. That is also true. IDBI Bank was originally established as a development financial institute in 1964. That is also correct. Financial bids for privatization are expected between October to December 2025. The privatization of IDBI will not transfer the management control. That is wrong. So the transfer of management control will also be done. Again, the answer to this particular statement is A option. Here we go with the current session news. So guys, today I won't be taking much time of yours because RBI Grade B notification is out, and today at 7 p.m. we will be providing you with the right strategy you need to follow. And we also are doing, you won't believe that we are also doing lots and lots of work on the back end so that we can prepare the good content for you, we can prepare the good questions for you so that we can practice once the detailed notification is out. So moving on to the first news of the evening. The first news talks about regarding the appointment. So we have talked about the one of the appointment in the previous session, that is Rajiv Ranjan. So Rajiv Ranjan is going to complete his services with RBI in September 2025, and after that he will be operating, or he will be performing the services as Vice President as well as Chief Risk Officer of none other than New Development Bank. This is something which you need to remember. Second point which you need to remember is Rajiv Ranjan has been replaced as a Monetary Policy Committee member, and he has been replaced by whom? So he has been replaced by I. Bhattacharya. So this is the second, I would say, appointment which is important. The third appointment is now on your screen. I hope you all remember Dr. Urjit Patel. He is the one who was the governor of RBI in November 2016. That means during demonetization. So he was the governor, or at the time when he was serving as a deputy governor, he was the one who has recommended inflation framework or flexible inflation framework, where we can have a flexible inflation framework target of 4% plus minus 2%. That was also given by him. Monetary Policy Committee should be set up. That recommendation was also given during his tenure as a deputy governor only, along with Raghuram Rajan, who was the governor at that particular moment. So finally, the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, has approved the appointment of Dr. Urjit Patel, one of the renowned and finest economists of the country, and he was the 24th governor of RBI, as well as he has also served as the deputy governor of RBI from 2013 to 2016. Now he has been appointed as the executive director. He will be representing India at International Monetary Fund. If you remember, there was a news that ED, the executive director, K. Subramaniam, was removed from his services by the government as ED representing India at the IMF. Now he will be replaced by none other than Dr. Urjit Patel. He will serve at this particular position for a tenure of 3 years, and he will be succeeding Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramaniam, who is the former chief economic advisor to the government of India, who has already served as India's ED at IMF since 2022, but he was terminated in April 2025. Now he has been replaced by none other than Dr. Urjit Patel. Done, guys? Fair enough till this point. Now, you must be wondering, ki, sir, itna zyada kyun tawajjo de rahe ho? Why you are talking so much about this particular appointment? Why this appointment is so important? What is the entire story behind it? What is the entire logic behind the same? So let's try to identify why I am trying to focus more on this particular news, why this appointment is important. Please pay attention. So India's representation at IMF, India being the 5th largest economy and a major stakeholder in the global financial governance, has significant say in the IMF discussions. So that doesn't mean India is one of the economy. India is one of the dominating economy. India is one of the important economy, and its decision matters a lot when it comes to international organizations like World Bank, IMF and whatnot. So India's representation at IMF, the ED represents Indian group. So ED, Executive Director at IMF, do not represent India alone. It represents the Indian group constituency, which include India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, as well as Bhutan. So do remember these 4 countries' name. This is very important. There is a probability that the question can be asked from this. Key issues like debt sustainability in South Asia, climate finance, multilateral lending, exchange rate stability are discussed at IMF board level, and while taking the decision, obviously, ED representing India will have a great importance to play. So why this move has been done? So the shift from Subramaniam to Patel was done because the move comes after the unusual termination of Subramaniam term 4 months ago has sparked a decision regarding the policy circles, what wrong has been done. But rather than highlighting those areas which are not important for our examination point of view, we must know that yes, Urjit Patel ji has re-entered into the global financial system, signals that India's intention to place a seasoned economist with deep experience in the monetary policy and global finance. So they want that someone who has a good experience should represent India on IMF for that particular purpose. This appointment has been done, and this appointment has been done by none other than Appointments Committee of the Cabinet. So we all know that RBI Governor 2016 to 2018 was Dr. Urjit Patel. He was the 24th Governor of RBI, and he has succeeded the 23rd Governor of RBI. The name is Raghuram Rajan. His tenure has saw the demonetization exercise of November 2016, as I discussed. He also implemented inflation targeting framework. He has also worked for the functionality of Monetary Policy Committee. He resigned in December 2018 before his tenure completes, or before, I would say, 6 months before the term ends, and he was replaced by none other than Shaktikanta Dasji, who has served as RBI Governor from 2018 to 2024, and now he has been replaced by Sanjay Malhotra, the 26th Governor of RBI. Okay? If I talk about Deputy Governor, Sir Urjit Patel has served as Deputy Governor from 2013 to 2016. He has overseen monetary policy, economic research, Financial Market and Statistics Department of RBI. He has already served as IMF economist, so he has worked in Washington DC, covering US, India, Bahamas, as well as Myanmar. He has served as the Vice President of AIIB, that is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and he has handled the investment projects in Asia with focus on sustainable infrastructure. Remember that. He has also served as a chairman of National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, and he has also served as advisor to the Boston Consulting Group. So if I talk about his experience, he has a vast experience, and we are expecting this vast experience will somehow increase the role of India, or somehow increase the strategic aspects of India on the board of IMF. If I talk about the IMF, sir, it has 25 executive directors along with managing director who serves as a chairperson. What are the functions of this executive board? So this executive board is responsible for day-to-day administration of IMF policies, lending programs, as well as financial oversights. If I talk about India, so India do not represent itself alone. India represents a group which include India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. Managing director of IMF is, go with the name, and headquarters is at Washington DC, US. It was founded back in 1944 under the Bretton Woods Agreement. So related to India IMF, we have certain important news which I have highlighted over here. So you can just read it once, guys. I have shortlisted all the important news related to India and IMF in the past few months. Got it? Samajh aaya? If it is clear, just give me yes, sir. Dhananjay, please Google karna aur mujhe bhi batana salary kitni. I would also love to know the same. Sorry, I don't know it right now, but I would love to know the same. Do share it with me in the comment section after the class. चलिए एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके देखते हैं. क्वेश्चन देखिए. The question is now on your screen. Please pay attention. Let's see how many of you can give me the correct answer for the question. Consider the following statements about Dr. Urjit Patel, recently appointed as India's Executive Director at IMF. So go through with it. First point, he served as the 24th Governor of RBI from 2016 to 2019. No, sir, he has served from 2016 to 2018. So that is the reason. First statement is wrong. He was the first governor since 1990 to resign before completing his tenure. That is true. He previously worked as an economist at IMF from 1990 to 1995. True. Before becoming RBI governor, he has also served as RBI governor from 2013 to 2016. That is true. He has also served as the vice president of Asian infrastructure. He has also served as VP of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. That is absolutely correct. So keeping all these points in mind, what will be your correct answer? So the correct answer to this particular question is B option. Many of you have given the correct answer. Okay, ji? Okay, moving on to the next news. The next news is somehow, I would say this is a news which is important, and the data which I'm going to discuss in this particular news is really very important, which can be asked directly in your objective question, or you can use this data indirectly while writing the answers related to ESI as well as finance. So I'll not take much time of yours because इसमें आपकी efforts ज़्यादा है, मेरी कम है. So I'll just give you an overview which all things you need to remember. First point is the Ministry of Stats and Program Implementation published the results of the annual survey of industries 2023-24 covering the period April 2023 to March 2024. Fieldwork of this survey was conducted between October 2024 to June 2025. So what are the important points which you need to remember? First point, Tamil Nadu topped the country in terms of number of factories and persons employed in manufacturing sector. Second point which you need to remember is Maharashtra has emerged the top state in gross value added, followed by Gujarat, and on the third rank we have Tamil Nadu. If I talk about the capital formation, so in terms of capital formation, what is capital formation? That means the investment done in the industrial sector. So capital formation has increased to 46.24 lakh crores, which was earlier 41.21 lakh crores. Investment capital has increased from 61 to 68 lakh crores. So increased investment indicates rising capacity creation and expansion in the manufacturing sector. So this entire data is important. Next, employment data, very important. Total employment grew from 1.84 crores in financial year 2022-23 to 1.95 crores in financial year 2023-24, which means 11 lakh approximately jobs were increased. Over the decade 2014 to 15 to 2023-24, the manufacturing sector has added 57 lakh jobs. So this is something which will help you in descriptive answer, but this kind of data can be asked in the objective questions as well. I hope you are getting my point. Moving on to the next, again, a really very important data. Top states, if I talk about the top states in terms of employment, Tamil Nadu is on the first, Gujarat is on second, and Maharashtra is on the third rank. In terms of gross valuation, in terms of gross value addition, we have Maharashtra on the top, Gujarat on second, Tamil Nadu on third. Top industries, basic metal is on the top. Then we have the other industries. Just remember basic metals, that is more than sufficient. In terms of industrial output and input, output has increased by 5.8%. Input has increased by 4.7%, which means efficiency has increased. क्योंकि आपने input बढ़ाई 4 पैसे लेकिन आपका output बढ़ा 5 पैसे, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपकी जो efficiency है that has improved. State level leadership, in terms of factories, the highest number of factories are in Tamil Nadu. If I talk about the fixed capital, the highest fixed capital has been witnessed, or investment per se, the highest fixed capital is observed in none other than Gujarat. In terms of output, again, we have Gujarat on the top rank. अब point क्या है कि सर आपने तो डेटा दे दिया और आप डेटा देके चले जाओगे. अब यहाँ पर जो चीजें हमें याद रखनी है वो जरा बता दीजिए, क्योंकि बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है. So if you ask me, then I would say first one, employment trend is very important. So first state in terms of employment trend is Tamil Nadu. First state in terms of number of factories is again Tamil Nadu. You must remember this. Second you need to remember is GVA. In terms of gross value addition, Maharashtra is on the top. ये दो ऐसे डेटाज हैं, टेक्निकली 3 डेटाज हैं जो आपके लिए काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. यहां से काफी क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाने की उम्मीद है. ये तो आपको भूलना ही नहीं है. It's really very important. Moving on to the next part. The next part says, in terms of fixed capital, as well as state level leadership. So fixed capital plus, if I talk about the state level leadership in terms of output, so fixed capital and output, we have only one state, that is Gujarat. तो मैं repeat कर देता हूँ, fixed capital plus output Gujarat, employment plus factories Tamil Nadu, and in terms of gross value addition we have Maharashtra. अगर ये 5 नाम या 5 कैटेगरीज के अगेंस्ट आप इस तरह से याद करेंगे, then you will be in a position to answer it in the examination as well. तो मेरा काम यही है guys, I should come up with the news and make it easier for you so that you can digest it, you can remember it, because the examination is now around the corner, because the notification, I would say that notification आ ही गई, अब बचा क्या है, डिटेल नोटिफिकेशन आनी बाकी है, ये तो कंफर्म हो गया कि नोटिफिकेशन आने वाली है. Now if I talk about the annual survey of the industries, it was conducted, this survey is conducted by Ministry of Stats and Program Implementations, factory registered under Factories Act 1948, BD and cigar units under BD and Cigar Workers Act 1966, power utilities and units with greater than or equals to 100 employees in the state BREs are included. So what is the scope? It tracks the data of factories, workforce, fixed capital, production and GVA, which gives us the right or which gives us the current status of the Indian economy. अब ऐसे ही कुछ important aspects मैंने आपके लिए पिछले कुछ न्यूज़ में जो आए हैं उनको शॉर्टलिस्ट किया, प्लीज पे अटेंशन. अलाइनमेंट विद इंडियाज ग्रोथ पुश, मेक इन इंडिया, आत्मनिर्भर भारत. फिर आया PLI scheme impact. What was the impact of PLI scheme which has supported, which has resulted in increase in overall growth of the economy? Regional industrial hubs. Tamil Nadu is the hub for automobiles, electronics, textile. Gujarat is hub for petrochemicals, metals, renewable energy. Maharashtra is the hub for pharma, engineering, financial services linked industries. That is important. As per the recent debate, addition of 57 lakh jobs in the last decade is significant, but India still faces challenges of low manufacturing employment share, which is just 11 to 12%, and in China it is 27%, which means India में जो सबसे ज़्यादा employment है, that is provided by the tertiary sector. After tertiary sector, if I talk about the employment, highest employment is provided by primary sector, then tertiary sector, and then secondary sector. Give me, is it correct? Yes or no? Or tertiary sector is on the top, then we have primary sector, and then we have secondary sector. You need to give me the answer. This is the share. This is the share of employment shared by different sectors of the economy. So you need to type the answer in the comment section after this session itself. Search करना, बताना मुझे इंडिया में सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ है, सबसे ज़्यादा employment कौन से सेक्टर में. Let's try to solve the question. Tamil Nadu topped the list in terms of number of factories and persons employed. That is true. Maharashtra was leading the state in gross value addition. That is true. Fixed capital in manufacturing sector stood around 46 lakh crores. That is true. Gross value addition has grown more than 15%. I doubt. Top 3 industries include basic metals, motor vehicles, and chemical, as well as chemical products. Check it out. Check it out and give me the answer. सबसे पहला पॉइंट यहाँ पे जो हमें पता होना चाहिए, that is gross value addition. So what about the gross value addition? Do you think it has increased by 15%? No. So gross value addition has increased by 11.89%. So this statement is wrong. Top 3 industries include basic metals, motor vehicles, trailers, semi-trailers, and third is chemical and chemical products. That is true. So 1, 2, 3, 5, that means A option is the correct answer. I hope everyone is clear with it. Moving on to the next and the last news of the evening, that is EY Economy Watch. If I talk about the latest announcement, we all know about this organization. Again, I would say this is something which will help you in indirect data. This is a news which is a source of indirect data. Why I'm calling it as indirect? Indirect in the form that direct question won't be asked, but we can expect indirect question from the same. So E&Y released its August 2025 issue of EY Economy Watch. It projects that India could become the world's second largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity by 2038 with a GDP size of $34.2 trillion. Sir, आज हमारी जो GDP है that is around $5 trillion, और आप कह रहे 34 trillion dollars हो जाएगी in just next 13 years. How is it possible? I'll tell you the answer. How is it going to be possible? That is basically on the basis of PPP, that is purchasing power parity. Now the question is, so how you define this purchasing power parity? Purchasing power parity basically means when you compare domestic currency used in your own nation with US dollars when used in US. What I'm trying to say, let's take a standard product. Let's take a Coca-Cola. Let's take a Coca-Cola can of 300 ml. This Coca-Cola can of 300 ml is available in India at, let's say, 30 rupees, but the same can is available in US at $1. At $1. So when you check this out and when you compare it, you can say that $1 is capable of purchasing the item which we can purchase in India by 30 rupees. By 30 rupees. Now on the other side, if I say what is the exchange rate? Sir, exchange rate कहता है कि at international level, on the international level, $1 is approximately equals to 90 rupees. चलो 85 कर लेते हैं ना इधर की ना उधर की, it is approximately 85. Technically, you can buy 85 rupees for $1 on the international level, but when you use this $1 in US, you can buy a can of Coca-Cola which you can buy in India with just 30 rupees, which means Indian currency is more powerful, than US dollars, which means Indian currency is more powerful than US dollars. We can say that as per the PPB factor. If I say $1 is equals to, let's say 90, and $1 can purchase a Coca-Cola can, the same can be purchased in India for 30. तो आप कह सकते हैं कि 30 rupees can purchase one can of Coca-Cola, or 90 rupees in India can purchase 3 cans of Coca-Cola, but $1 can purchase only 1 can. So how I can conclude? I can conclude in this manner. This means Indian rupees is 3 times powerful. Indian rupees is 3 times powerful in India in comparison to US dollars in US, and this we call it as purchasing power parity. समझ आई ये बात? और जब हम GDP कैलकुलेट करते हैं on purchasing power parity, what it basically means? It means when we calculate the GDP, it is the value of goods and services produced within the geographical area of the country in one financial year, and if I convert the value into US dollars, and while converting the value of Indian GDP, that is in rupees, into US dollars, we use this exchange rate, and after converting it into US dollar, if we multiply it with the PPB factor, then we get the GDP at PPB. And currently India is on the 5th rank in terms of overall economy ranking. First tell me, India is on the 5th or 4th rank? India is currently 4th or 5th powerful economy in the world. India is 4th or 5th economy in the world. May I have the answer? So India is the 4th economy in the world, or 4th largest economy in the world. This is in nominal terms when we calculate the GDP in US dollars, but when we calculate the GDP including the PPB factor, then India is not on 4th. India is rather on which rank? Sir, India is rather on 3rd rank, and it is expected that India will cross the mark of 3rd rank and India will reach on the 2nd rank. GDP at PPP on 2nd rank by 2038. That is a particular point. समझ आ गई बात? अगर मैं सिंपल सी बात करूं, अगर आप सिंपल सा कैलकुलेशन करें कि यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग द GDP and you are saying, let's say India's GDP is 90 rupees, you convert it into dollars, it is $1. This is nominal GDP, and in this manner, India India is on the fourth rank. But if you convert India's GDP into dollars and then you multiply it with the triple P factor, and the value which you get on that particular basis, India is on the third rank, and we are expecting that India will go up to second rank as per the current criteria. Clear, guys? So by 2030, India's PPP is expected to be $20 trillion, while China will remain the largest economy at $42.2 trillion. This projection is based on IMF growth forecast 2020 to 2030. India's growth trajectory, if we see, GDP growth forecast as per IMF, India's average growth is 6.5% during the 2028 to 2030, and US growth is going to be 2.1%. If trends continue, India will surpass US and India will become the second largest economy on the basis of, or in context of GDP at PPP factor. Why India is growing at a high rate? What are the driving factors? First one is a demography. What is the demographics? So the demographics of India's median age of India is 28.8 years in 2025. So India remains a youthful economy. That means high working or large working age population, high efficiency, consumption potential is pretty high, and productivity gains can be enjoyed by India. Second is India has the second highest saving rate globally, and India has a strong domestic consumption. Fiscal outlook, debt to GDP ratio projected to decline from 81 to 75%, which will again increase the strength of the Indian economy. Then some of the structural reforms which have been done, GST, insolvency and bankruptcy code, UPI, production linked incentive scheme, is pushing the economy to new heights. Along with that, we have some of the resilience factors like public infrastructure investment, technology adoption, as well as focus on Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. If we talk about the global comparison, China still dominant, but growth rate slowing due to the aging demographic, property sector stress and debt concerns. This is the condition of China. US strong innovation ecosystem, but constrained by high debts, approximately 120% of the GDP. Germany and Japan, advanced economies, but challenged by aging population. India, in market exchange rate terms, India is projected to become third largest economy by 2028. If we talk about the general GDP calculation, where we convert Indian rupees into US dollars on the basis of market exchange rate, then India is currently fourth largest economy, and India will become the third largest economy by 2028, and India will surpass Germany. Last point is tariff impact. US tariff could impact India's GDP by 0.9%. However, EY projects that net impact will be only 0.1% due to export diversification. We are targeting Africa, Asian nations, West Asia, strong domestic demand offsetting trade losses, and advancing foreign trade negotiation with UK, European Union, UAE, Australia will give us new destinations to export, which will help us to overcome the dent which India may face due to the tariffs which has been announced by US. So this is some of the latest news regarding the same aspect. Just cover it once, that will be more than sufficient. Now let's try to solve a question. India is projected to become world's second largest economy in the purchasing power parity terms by 2038. That is true. India's GDP in PPP is expected to be $20.7 trillion by 2030. Is it true, guys? Is it true? Are you in a position to recall the data? Can you recall the data which I just shared with you? No, I'll tell you, that is correct. So it's currently $20 trillion, and in 2038 it will be $34.2 trillion, or China key is $42.2 trillion. That is correct. According to IMF, India average growth will be 6.5% compared to US 2.1%. India is expected to surpass US in nominal GDP. No. India will surpass US in PPP based GDP by 2038, and in case of nominal GDP, or GDP comparison done on market exchange rate, I guess India is expected to become world's second largest economy by 2070 or by 2075 or by 2057 or by 2050. So you have four options: A, B, C and D. Give me the answer. Anyone? India, sorry, India will become the second largest economy. India will become the second largest economy by which year? What do you say? Any idea, guys? No? There was a news not recently, but I guess 6 months back. 6 months back, there was a news that India may become the second largest economy by, someone is saying 2047, someone is saying 2020, 2047, 2075. चलिए कोई बात नहीं, आप चेक कीजिएगा. This is going to be a homework. Just check it once and then let me know what should be the correct answer. तो इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट आंसर क्या होगा? A option, that is correct, absolutely correct. So that will be all from my side, guys. Quickly take the screenshot for the homework questions and I will be catching you all at 7 p.m. along with your Manish sir, where we will be discussing what you should do next once the notification is out. So take the screenshots quickly. You have 3 questions which you need to attempt as a homework. Next. And this is the last one. So guys, if you haven't liked the session yet, quickly hit the like button and I'll be sharing PDF just after the session only. Don't worry. अब notification आ चुकी है, date आ चुकी है, मतलब notification आ चुकी है. अब obviously I don't want that you should waste even a single minute. जैसे ये class खत्म होगी, your PDF will be uploaded on my Telegram channel. Those who have not joined the Telegram channel yet, guys, this is the link which you need to follow at @Madhav Arora. Take the, or you can quickly scan the QR code, join the Telegram channel in order to download the PDF in few minutes itself. Thank you so much, guys. Good luck. God bless you all. See you soon at 7 p.m. Bye-bye. Take care. Good luck. God bless you.